What is going on, guys? I am Jada Black. You know what's one of the most telling things is when you have somebody like Snoop Dogg who made comments out of frustration, who made comments in defense of a friend, how he is now on an apology tour. Minimize that, but mute that. Now he is on the Jada Pinkett Red Table Talk discussing why he needs to apologize for defending a friend from slander. And I even put up a post on my Twitter page and I said with this video, and I said this is some of the worst stuff I had ever seen. You got this grown man who has children of his own. He's a grandfather also. He's on the show with these ladies discussing how he could treat black women better. Ain't that something? I've had it up to here with these apology tours. I really have. These apology tours really don't amount to much of anything anymore, you know? And we really need to get into the psychology of people who think apology tours, for being honest, is needed. But when a man, you know what's crazy? Men, for the most part, when they get into these situations, they have to bend the knee. Not only is Snoop Dogg apologized once, and he partially backed off and apologized one time before, that's not enough. See, what happens, and Snoop is learning this now, you can never apologize once and think that it is over. Kevin Hart learned this. They're going to continue to badger you. They're going to continue to go after you. And they're going to use the women around you. They're going to use the women that support you in order to do so. This is why Snoop Dogg is being super humble on this show. Did I agree with everything he said in his initial video to Gayle King? No. I think the most part of it, I felt like I could understand and agree with it. But when he said that about going to get her, I knew right then and there he's probably going to be apologizing sometime soon. And now he is on a full-fledged apology tour. Okay? Full-fledged apology tour, you know? And you have people using it to their benefit, as she is doing. And I have to give Jada Pinkett Smith credit on this. I have to give her credit, you know? But the one thing I can say is that Gayle King has not apologized once. I think her questioning about Kobe was not needed. I felt like it was the wrong timing. She was badgering for an answer from Lisa Leslie. And when she didn't get the answer she needed, she kept going forward with it. And even after the criticism she got, she never apologized. You know why? Because women like this are never wrong. These industry swamp that Gayle King comes from, her and Oprah and the rest of them, they will look out for each other. They don't really care about black women. They don't. They pretend to care. If Oprah cared about black women so much, what happened in Africa at that school wouldn't have happened. Those are facts. Oprah pretends to want to help black women, but she just wants to help herself. Her audiences over the years, when she had a talk show on CBS, were mostly Caucasian middle-aged women. These are facts. This is why it was so easy for her to get on TV and parade black people on there and make a fool out of them, especially black men. And here you have him apologizing. These are some of the comments. That's Gayle King with Harvey, and I think she's taking multiple photos with Harvey. Her and Oprah have taken multiple photos, outings. You know, Harvey is a good friend of Oprah, but she's never done a documentary about him. She's never interviewed his accusers, even though she could. She's probably been asked, but she's not going to do it because, again, she is one of these, industry swamps individuals. She's a part of it, and she is going to do. She's basically going to go after the people who can do the less damage to her. That's how it seems. That's why I say people like this have no soul. And look at Gayle King's friend Charlie Rose. Look at what he's being accused of, still being accused of. No documentary. She still has not said anything negative or backed off of being a friend to him. She probably still talks to him this day. They probably were joking about Snoop Dogg. I bet you she and Charlie Rose were joking about Snoop Dogg. This is how lame these apology tours are. But I have to say this though, the one thing that this whole apology tour is going to do, even the people that don't like Snoop, the people who turned on Snoop, they're going to come around, because even they are going to say, you know what, this is going overboard. And this is going overboard. Why are you doing an apology tour when you've already apologized? Why are you doing this? It doesn't make any sense. Except for, once again, the women around you are telling you to do this. Like he said, his mother's the one who compelled him to apologize to Gayle King in the first place. I mean, we can all believe that or not, but black men, we've been taking some L's. I'm not even going to mention Deontay Wilder, but that's a whole nother video. But we've been taking some L's recently, man. And when you brothers apologize and apologize and apologize, it only makes us look like an even weaker, cowardly group, to where people can go at us even harder and not be afraid of us, not be afraid of the repercussions of going at us. Nobody's afraid of black men. Nobody's afraid to do documentaries and, say things against their character, Now, again, you have this industry swamp, and Jada Pinkett Smith is a part of it too. That's why he's there. She probably was recommended by Oprah to do this. But this is why we as men, especially men who are red-pilled, never bend the knee, never apologize for being honest. The only way to live your life free in this world is to live your life free of regret, free of apologizing, being who you are, loving who you are, supporting the ambitions and goals or whatever it is that you want to do by being strong. Because in this world, you have to be strong to see right from wrong, to see truth from lies, to see the fact that you have men who are as accomplished as Snoop, who has the net worth of Snoop, the track record of, what he's done in his career, the fact that he's a father, the fact that he started a football league for young inner city kids, to this. This is what happens. We are in different times, people. And she's on here making herself out to be a counselor to counsel him on how to treat women better. So he hasn't, well, we can say whatever we want about Snoop. We all have our thoughts about Snoop. But this to me is just, it just shows that for the most part, man, we are a divided group of people. We are a divided group of people. And we need to be able to understand that we are alone out here. But we think that because we have a certain amount of money, a certain amount of success, that people are going to be treated differently, which might be true. But if you don't see the world through the lens of logic and common sense and reason, and understand that women should never support a man who has to apologize over and over for being honest. How many women you know are apologizing for being honest? This is why when you are a part of the industry swamp, you're going to be treated like trash. And that's what's going on in this situation. Snoop wants to hold on to what he has gained in the industry swamp. The industry swamp, for the most part, it controls you, your movements, especially when you've been in the industry as long as Snoop and you want to maintain a certain lifestyle. You have to go by a certain code. You can say whatever you want about Trump, but as long as you toe the party line and you don't get out of order, you will be allowed to sustain the living that you want. But as soon as you get out of pocket, as soon as you get out of line, you will be checked. And there will be a female like Jada Pinkett Smith to be there to put you back together. And I also want to say this. You know, the thing is with Snoop is that he seems to be a guy who's very compromised. So I hope this is something to be like a lesson to the people who listen to celebrities when it comes to politics or the black community. Don't always take these people for what their word is, because if the media allows them to trash, Trump, or to say certain things in a political manner that is more left leaning and there is no repercussions for it, or they could say whatever they want about, conservative women and there's no backlash, it is because they're allowed to say those things. But when it comes to these liberal, feminist-minded black women, you say anything about these industry people, especially industry black females, you will be called to the carpet to apologize over and over. You will have to do apology tours. They will threaten your career, your livelihood, and try to change the trajectory of your life, all because you decided to be honest. This is why us as melanated men have to be very strong and have to be very firm in how we feel. That is why it's important to go fully red pill, not halfway, not 20%, not 40%, not 60%, 100%.